Okay, new season of Magic Online Premodern Leagues. I am going to kick this one off with this sort of outrageous idea to play a Grow deck without Gush. Gush is, of course, the best card ever. Like, is it the second best blue card draw spell of all time? Feels like it is. I mean, some consideration, I suppose, for Lorien revealed. You're a cheater. But yeah, the more that this deck became a control deck, the more that Gush looked less good. Its main purpose in this current, or the sort of last vision of this deck was to be a Psychatog pump spell and fuel for foil. So we are just going to do something a little different. I think this skews maybe a little bit too far into the control realm. I think the beauty of this deck has always been that it can choose to be a control deck. And even if it was choosing to be a control deck, like, say, 70 or 80% of the time, the 20% of the time where you would sometimes just go Dryad, Psychatog, Gush, kill you, was like a valuable portion of the amount of things that you could do with the deck. So this is a little bit crazy to do. The other thing is that, like, I don't know, it feels like I want to go in the control direction and look at that some more, and then also go back slightly closer to the tempo direction and maybe consider if this deck could, like, use the slots opened up by Gush and foil to go take a look at Meddling Mage again. But there's going to be some good things going for us. We get to try out being a Gaia's Blessing deck all 3 games. I think that's like a little bit thin, but Gaia's Blessing is not too embarrassing of a card to have in your main deck. Vindicate is not too embarrassing of a card that you have in your main deck, but yeah, we're trading out quite a bit of power in the form of Gush and foil for some consistency. So we'll have to see how that feels. Sideboard, stuff that you're used to seeing from me. It will be cool to have like 10 removal spells for grindy matchups. Losing some heavy card draw might be bad, but gaining some Gaia's Blessing late game grind might be good. Losing some Gush against our opposing Mox Diamond, Armageddon, Wayfarer decks might be bad, but we'll see. We're obviously losing the Gush synergy with Armageddon, but we're going to be basically using these as beatdown Armageddons just to try to get a creature into play and kill our Enchantress or a replenish opponent before they draw Swords of Plowshares. I feel like in this vision of the deck, you pretty much have to have Meddling Mage plus Armageddon to beat Enchantress or Replenish. Otherwise, they'll just plow your threat that you have left over, and then, you're rebuilding at the same speed, and that's basically pointless. But Armageddon's good against land still. So some clunky stuff about this deck, but definitely stuff that, in the name of science, will be interesting to at least see how it plays out. And I have to keep on playing with my sound settings, but eventually I'll get them right, hopefully. I kind of don't know what the number, like, I'm do a lot of production as my regular job, but I don't do a lot of audio production, so I don't know how. I know a good amount of audio, but I don't know, like, some of the nitty gritty stuff. I can get my levels right, but trying to figure out how to play with my ceiling fan is like the ultimate white whale. There's AI apps that can help here, but they also add time to my editing schedule, and right now I'm enjoying how quickly I can record and edit. So anyways, we'll figure it out together. All right, paired for our battle with Team Lismore, fighting an entire team. I'm mostly like into running 4 Fire Ice. Well, we have a perfect hand, so. And the other cool thing is like now I can just fetch a plains, and I like literally don't have to care because I have no gushes to get into. Dare I say this hand can even beat Burn Game 1. Although you've seen me beat Burn Game 1 on this channel like multiple times. It's not supposed to be like that big of a deal anymore. But still. So obviously I do want to Swords of Plowshares a Grim Lavamancer, but we are not going to give the burn player free damage because that's not how this game works. All right, into nothing, huh? Thinking long and hard about if I want to cast an AK this turn. The biggest, scariest 3-drop that they can play is Sulfuric Vortex. So I go AK into Psychatog into Portent plus Opt. So after my Psychatog turn, I'll have Gemstone Mine Island, City of Brass. I feel like the other consideration is that I might just want to discard AK to Psychatog, but I'm like thinking also if I need to select for more counterspells or more removal. My opponent had a 1 creature draw. They had no follow-up creature. They're playing Mishra's Factory. They probably have they're more likely to have Pyrostatic Pillar. They're less likely they can't cast Ball Lightning. So they just have a ton of spells in their hand. I think I'll probably stay mana efficient here. And then I might even consider not casting Psychatog, waiting till I have like stuff in my graveyard to run out the Psychatog with. But I think if they do try to kill the Psychatog, it's generally always going to work out well for me. This 3 damage does hurt, I will say. If I opt into Plow, I have 4 cards left in hand, I'll go down to 12. Honestly, might have to try to opt into a Plow. Seems a little bit bad. But going to 12 is pretty bad too. Especially because I have no counterspells, and I also just have less counterspells in my deck. Like, because I have no foils. I think it's close enough between Opt and AK that if I can opt into this Plow, then it'll be good for me. I do need a counterspell eventually. But right now I might want more card draw just for the purpose of of plowsharing this Mishra's Factory. Oh my god. Oh my god. I basically was like, okay, well, there's 2 options here, right? One is to like get this counterspell, but I like if I'm not trying Plow, I'm trying to just get more AKs. And then use that to my use that as a way to try to get something going. Flame Rift. I'm not a believer in Flame Rift against my opponent having Psychatog, that's for sure. Right. Well, I guess this is a pretty tasty ice. But I also really just want to cast AK. I just want to go Ice AK. I get 1 damage in. I think I'm going to Portent, and I'm going to save my Mishra's Factory. Glad I did. Or save my City of Brass. Although now they have 3 cards in hand, and I'm at 11. I do have a lot of 2 mana cost spells in my hand, so I'll probably have to play this Brass. 3 cards, Fireblast, Double Bolt, Fireblast, Flame Rift. Oh, should I have just checked if I had lethal? Right, because it was it would have been 5 plus 4. So I would have been short by a bit. I think it's not too likely that thought I shuffled. I did shuffle, right? I do like this painless mana here. Okay, so should I ice or fire? They're at 15. Next turn, I'll have 6 cards in hand, 6 cards in graveyard. So it'll be 6 plus 6 is 12, 13. Close. The main problem is, yeah, if it's 13, then I should Wait, hold on. 6 plus 6 is 13 damage. So to add 2 extra damage, I would have to cast like an AK or cast 4 cantrips in a row. The Gemstone Mine will be -1. All right, I should ice then. Because if I draw 3 total cantrips or another AK, I win the game. Generate face. Why not use why not use the Mishra's Factory mana? All right, so this yeah, so it's like Sleight of Hand AK. Oh, but I need to play a land, which takes me off by 1. Quirion Dryad. So I should Sleight of Hand first. That doesn't work. But I should just take Psychatog, right? Because then I can just attack with the Tog and send another one. And then I'm just like dead to double Fire Blast or Fire Blast Flame Rift. Should I put them down to 4 so that they can't Flame Rift me to death? Is the other question. I could Portent them. Yeah, well, let's just take this Tog and then count again. So it's 7. So it'll be 4 from Graveyard. 4 from 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so it's better to play a Tog here. Can I draw anything off this AK? No. I needed a mental note. Okay, so can I attack for... How much do I need to get them down to 4? I need to attack for 11. So 10 pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Yeah, I can't even do 10 pumps. All right. Well, that's life then. Reflecting Pool is pretty nice here. I didn't have to take pain for it, but what's not nice is that if I had Gush, this game would have been different. A lot harder to kill burn on turn 5 without Gush. Sulfuric Vortex. Do they have Bolt Fire Blast for the end? I do have to say, I would be very disappointed if that is what they have. Seems like it is, though. Still my upkeep. Plowshares. Interesting. I'll cast AK. They're F6'd. I'll cast Opt. I'll bottom this. And I'll attack for lethal. Look, the thing that matters most is that I opted into that Swords to Plowshares and promptly won the game because of it. I'm pretty happy about that. Also, shout out to my opponent's Flame Rift. All right. Hydroblasts are in. We normally don't like Gaea's Blessing, and we normally don't like all but one Quirion Dryad. And Vindicate's not good, but neither is anything ever. Armageddon. Maybe forget Vindicate and just go with Duress, question mark? Really just between Duress or Pyroclasm, but when I have this many everything else, it makes me really like Pyroclasm less. Yeah, I mean, I really do need to stop all creatures. Is 11 spells enough for their 12 creatures? Or do I need to also have Pyroclasm? I mean, on the draw, Pyroclasm's kind of nice. They can go turn 1 something, I kill it with a 1 mana spell, then they go turn 2 double something, and then I just annihilate them with Pyroclasm. It's a little bit worse when Pyroclasm can't touch a Mishra's Factory. I think we'll try it like this. This is not a hand, right? It would be a hand if I had Tundra. Famous every words. All right, this is a hand. I mean, Counterspell is pretty rancid here, but what am I going to do? I'm going to go Blast, Portent. I'm going to go Blast into Portent. I have no Psychatog. Probably have to keep this Counterspell. When I do have Psychatog, I will also be able to protect it. This is really just a stop all of their creature damage, get a Psychatog, make sure your Psychatog doesn't die, and then stop them from burning you out before you can kill them with Psychatog matchup. It's also quite worse to not have Gush. I think I mentioned that already, but you really want Gush for the burn matchup. First scroll. Interesting. All right. I'll go ahead and Portent, look for a Gemstone Mine. I do have to settle for a City of Brass. Double Psychatog is nice, question mark? Yeah, I think double Psychatog is nice. So I'll just, next turn, I'm just going to go Duress. Duress plus Hydroblast something. And then I'll have 2 Psychatogs. And then that hopefully is good enough. Flame Rift. Classic. Alright. I'll Duress you. Volcanic Hammer or Incinerate? Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and take the Incinerate. And then I'm probably just going to laugh all the way to the bank. I have like no cantrip power though. So my Psychatogs are like pretty embarrassing. Do I even Hydroblast this this Volcanic Hammer when it comes? Seems kind of mid. But I'm also trying to spend my mana. Although Hydroblast is very mana efficient for what it's worth. But this makes it a little bit, oh wow, their top deck was Bolt. Okay, that doesn't matter. We're gonna draw Opt, we're gonna play Tog. Contemplate getting a Plains for like a millisecond. My only white cards are Swords, Plowshares, and Armageddon. I have to imagine that that's okay. Play Tog. I'm at 10, and they have pretty low damage potential right now. I do too, but they're at 14, so not the end of the world. Especially if they're going to play it like this. Feels like there's not really a good sequence of draws here. They have to go runner, runner. I guess Bolt does it, so it's not that bad. Bolt Fire Blast also does it, but they won't have mana for the ring and the curse scroll. Okay, well that's very good for us that they drew what is effectively a blank. 4 plus 4 is 8. It's not enough. I can add 1/2 to it, so I have 8.5 damage. Or 9.5 damage total. But I will have an additional Tog. And then not really interested in this situation here. Did I mention that this would go a lot easier if I had Gush? I may have said something of the sort. Okay, that's a choice. They're gonna leave the Mishra's Factory untapped. I guess because if they know they're gonna die, that's a problem. But I go down to 5. And then I can like pass in the next turn with like a counterspell up. And then they can use Barbering to skirt the counterspell. So that means I have to leave a Tog untapped. Play the Barbering. So 1 unknown. That has got to be enough, right? Opt. So 4. Well, I guess I'm dealing only 0.5 damage more. I have base 2. Do I play around Fire Blast? Can't I? Well, what if they go? So they could just go Bolt. All right, let's figure out our base damage. It's 4 plus 4 is 8, 10. So it's 10 base damage. I can add 10.5. Half. Yeah, okay. So I do have to opt. That's interesting. So let's say that I fire them down to 11. Then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So fire them down to 11. I'll have 5 cards in graveyard, 6 cards in graveyard, 3 in hand. So 3 plus 4 is 9, 10, 11. So it's Xaxes. If they don't block and I get to fire them, So if they block, then does ice kill them? Probably not. Oh, but they will take 1 damage. Okay, so ice probably kills them if they block. I'm not really interested in doing the math right now. Just gonna attack. And then hopefully they don't have exactly Fire Blast as their card for the turn. They don't block. All right, so we fire them down to 11. Then we pump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Wait, did I do that math horribly wrong? Hold on. Fire them down to 11. I'll have 6 cards in graveyard. Then it's 3 activations plus 3 plus 4, which is 7. 8, 9. I double counted the fire. Okay, whatever. It happens. 3 plus 4 plus 2 is 9. Yeah, I double counted the fire. I was like, oh, I get 2 and then I get 2. All right, well, that's not how magic works. Okay, do I put them down to 4 now? No. Okay, well, whatever. Learn to count, kids. I guess I will play a City of Brass now because I'm going to fire and then Hydroblast sometimes. Or ice and then Hydroblast sometimes. Interesting, they're going to go for it with this. Okay. What do they reveal? Is it just Mountain? Or it can't be Mountain. No, then it's just a pun if it's Mountain. They can always activate the Curse Scroll. Anyways, measure twice, cut once, as they say. Or just measure 14 times and then do it a 15th time. And then cut. And then realize that you measured wrong. I've screwed Psychatog math up so much on this channel, it's actually embarrassing. And I've been playing Psychatog forever. Grim Lavamancer. Okay. Is it just... Wait, what makes the most sense here? Well, this is just a chump blocker, right? So it only prevents 1 damage. So it doesn't matter. I can also just counterspell it. I don't think it matters. Guess I should do the math again. All right, I'm going to have 4 cards in hand and 6 cards in graveyard. So it's going to be 4 plus 5 is 9, 10, 11. So I still need to draw into a cantrip. And then I'm not losing by going to 1, right? Oh, maybe I should have... No, I can't play to survive another turn. They have a Curse Scroll and a Barbarian Ring and whatever. Another Tog. That's not useful. Oh, I should ice the... I should ice the Grim Lavamancer because it costs them 1 damage. Wait, no, that still doesn't work. Well, I should have blast the... I don't know. It actually doesn't... None of this is working right now. Just draw a cantrip, please. Jesus Christ. Let's see. I'll just Hydroblast this, and then it's 3 plus 5 is 8. It's not enough. What a very mishandled game of Magic this was. Okay, 4 plus 5 is not enough. What if I ice the Grim Lavamancer? They have to take 1 damage to lose 1 damage. Yeah, I had to ice the Grim Lavamancer because they take 1 damage to save 1 damage. Oh my god. Interesting. We're not being punted into sideboarding yet. Yeah, okay, so I had to ice the Grim Lavamancer. I don't know. It was whatever. It was a mistake. Just how mistakes work. Not too mad at the rest of what I was doing, though. Every life point counts. Pretty relevant that my opponent's Barbarian Ring... Well, lots of relevancy here, right? Mold 6 was relevant. Icing the wrong card was very relevant. Doing my Tog math was actually correct in the end. Or like attacking with double Tog there was correct in the end. So I'm kind of fine with that. Yeah. So yeah, but you're just trying to kill somebody with Gush when you or trying to kill somebody with Psychatog when you don't have Gush is like, you know, whatever. You have to rely on their Flame Rifts to speed up your Gushes or your Psychatogs. It's not exactly where you want to be. All right, let's find a Gemstone Mine. This is what we wanted. It's a little awkward because I think I want to greed into the turn 4 Psychatog. Fanatic. And there you have it. The greed into turn 4 Psychatog gets to happen. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna plow here and then contemplate life about with regards to like if I want to play Psychatog on turn 5. Kind of depends on what they're gonna do here. Flame Rift, that's also fine. I am pretty famously okay with Flame Rift. Counterspell's not bad here. And yeah, so it's definitely going to be a Tog with backup. See if they play anything into my open mana. Oh, they are. Going to counter that. First scroll. Nothing I can do about that, but also not a big deal with my life total being as good as it is. Reflecting Pool is pretty nice here. I wouldn't say it's like that big of a deal, because if it was just an island, I'd be in basically the same universe. They have 3 mountains in hand. What's going on? They have 3 Fire Blasts. They do have 3 Fire Blasts. That's impressive. All right. Note to self, keep up a lot of counter magic for the rest of this game. It's going to be pretty doable. So their plan is to scroll me twice, then double Fire Blast. I don't know. Doesn't seem like a good plan. Sulfuric Vortex. I'm trying to figure out if this matters, and don't I just use this to kill them faster? I mean, if they have double Fire Blast, I'm like genuinely scared. But if they make it so that I only have to deal 11 damage to them, it might be better. I don't know. I think it's a little bit thin to counter that there. But I also think if I just draw cantrips and whatever and stuff and things, I'll just be in fine shape. Like, yeah, I can just plink for 1 until they're dead, right? So 4 plus 5 is 9. I'm going to think for a second about if I want to fire here. Probably not, though. Or, sorry, ice on their upkeep. Probably want to be icing more opportunistically or just try to fire some creatures. Comes down to it. Another Sulfuric Vortex. All right, well, this time I could, like, pass the turn and have Hydroblast up and then just attack for 7 in graveyard plus 3 in hand is 3 plus 5 is 8, 9, so it's still not enough. So I still technically want to counterspell this. And I can play every card in my hand. I don't think I mathed out that I was going to fire them, but I should fire them now. No, I have like the mining counter, which is actually quite important here. What am I trying to portent into? More AKs, I guess. What can I portent against them? They have some pretty. I mean, I guess a Armageddon would go crazy here. Okay. Seems fine to me. Guess now I'm regretting some of my choices. Okay. Back. I think I'm just going to stay patient, I suppose. Ice, double fire, Hydroblast backup. Should be good. Or is it going to be ice, ice, fire, Hydroblast backup? Because I might need to play around double Red Blast. Volcanic Hammer. That's fine. I mean, I have 2 panic button outs here. One being Plowshares and the other being, you know, Hydroblast. Okay, they're tapped out. I'm at 9 life. So this is 5 plus 7. More than enough. Oh no, 5 plus 7 is Xaxes. Yeah, whatever. I'll just max my damage. Okay. red, white, fire you. Done. Red, Crosis Catacombs, got reflecting pool, fire, face, done. Kill you. Nice. Okay. So we punted. We technically three wins against Burn. I mean, they punted by having Flame Rift in their deck, right? Every time they cast Flame Rift in all 3 games, and all 3 games that made my deck 1 turn faster. We'll take them. Yeah, and I probably could have won fast with if I let the Sulfuric Vortex resolve and just countered the Fire Blast, but I had to be worried about double Fire Blast. And also if they just like ended up with Red Blasts, that would have been bad for me too. And like I don't know, I had to use my mana. Reflecting Pool and MVP there though. But like I added colored mana with it and took 0 damage like 3 or 4 times that game. Well, this hand is full of possibilities, just how we like it. Okay, we are playing against Enchantress, which you do indeed hate to see. So my next 3 turns are pretty locked up, right? I'm just going to go turn 2 Quirion Dryad, turn 3 Psychatog, turn 4 Vindicate. So I guess the Portent is going to lock in my 3rd land drop, which I'm glad I did. Still don't like our Enchantress matchup. Still don't have any ideas on how to repair it. I mean, I can, don't get me wrong, I can go back to playing like 4 Meddling Mages, Armageddons, and, you know, whatever, and just kind of like try to go to town, but it's simply too tough. All right, luckily they kept a thin one. Although this could just be Enchantress's presence, but luckily I have the answer if it's just presence. I also didn't check their mulligan. The Serra Sanctum's kind of annoying. Serra Sanctum plus Sterling Grove. Are you kidding me? Sterling Grove to protect the Serra Sanctum, to protect the Enchantress presence off of the Serra Sanctum. That's their line. Okay, I'm always mad. I'm perpetually mad at this Enchantress deck, I must say. Nothing you can do. Try to stop yourself from laughing, I suppose. Anyways, we drew the clutch Reflecting Pool again. I wonder if Reflecting Pool is even better than Lair. Like, the not island lands to add after you have gemstones and whatever is like I could have Stone Rain the Serra Sanctum, I guess, because here they can think about Sterling Groving into a Parallax Wave. But if they do that, if they do Sterling Grove into Parallax Wave, I get the honor of vindicating that Parallax Wave. Yeah. It's actually kind of nice here. The only downside is that they're drawing cards. Oh, double Vindicate? Oh man, that's so tempting. So tempting to just kill this Enchantress's presence now. Because they just have to, they have so many looks at an Opalescence though, it's like pretty bad. Nice, they're just gonna let me do damage. I'm into that. Oh, they didn't want to untap my Psychatog for me? What a shame. Alright, 1 turn, shields down-ish, but they're at 13. I've got like a pretty potentially lethal attack brewing, and I can beat 1 thing. I can't beat 2 things. I can never beat 2 things. They've played like 5 things. The Vindicate has gone crazy here. Okay, is this going to be another wave? Going to be a Kurtar's Desire. Okay. That is a Swords of Plowshares I can Vindicate. Well, that's just BS, but whatever. All right. So they are pretty much going to win next turn, and I don't have 13 damage out of the Psychatog. And the thing is, I can't even, like, surprise them because they can just chump block with Argothian. Vindicating Presence seems like it's too slow here. The Argothian Miri's Guile combo will make it so that they just find whatever they need. They will find whatever they need, sort of no matter what right now. Yeah, I could have done it if they didn't have the Plowshares, but this is just too much, right? All right. So can we pivot to trying to draw all 4 counterspells for all 4 opalescences and replenishes? I have an AK, I have a Portent, I have an Opt. I guess I should probably try. Cut them off of their mana engine for a turn or 2. Okay, let's try it. It's not like not pretty, but it might put them in a spot where they might, like, I don't know, do something wrong. Interesting. All right. All right. They didn't play 2 lands, so they're not flooded. So the only other explanation is that they drew 2 4-cost spells in addition to their nonsense. All right, let's say I Vindicate, and I'll have 7 plus, I'll have 5 plus 4 is 9 damage from here. So I should probably just play a Quirion Dryad and Ice again. They didn't, like, play spells, so they're maybe playing scared of counterspells. Or playing into a counterspell. I'm sort of baffled they played literally 1 enchantment last turn after having Guile, but I guess Guile could have been, the card that they drew could have been like land, whatever. I mean, this smells like they have Swords of Plowshares, right? Really needed, whatever. Or they sincerely flooded out. Okay, I guess it's time to try to kill them. Black, white, hold on. I guess we'll try to draw Counterspell before they know if they're dead. It smells like a Swords of Plowshares. Did draw a Counterspell. All right. Vindicate this desire then. White, black. 1. Okay. Now I have 2 plus 6 is 8 plus 6 on the battlefield. I'm going to proceed to attempt to kill them. Block with an Argothian, right? Okay. I've got nothing for that dog because I pretty much just like, right. Yeah, I have no way to deal 13 here. All right. But I do have 1 counterspell and they just have the 1 Miri's Guile, and that's kind of all I need. This is going to be an incredible game 1. I was complaining about their luck, but they actually gassed out. They actually did the Enchantress thing where their deck failed to function. That's what happens when I play Enchantress. Lighten Tutor on their upkeep? Sure. Has to be another wave, yeah. Draw step. 4. 4 with 4 up. Counterspell. And then Sword Splashers doesn't even save them. Did I technically play well? Okay, they can still draw the 3rd wave, the 3rd and final wave. Double Sword Splashers? No. Opalescence. Okay. Solitary. Okay. Get the attack in, makes sense. Well, it doesn't really make sense because now I can Plowshares the Solitary. Gothian, sure. I guess let's think about this, because do I want to go fire plus play Psychatog instead? I don't want to, like, Portent. I could ice for the Miracle Plowshares. All right, well, they drew out of it. This game has had a lot of ups and downs. Okay, so the question is if... Oh, I can Portent, and then I'll have Counterspell and fire this turn. Okay. None of these are good? Well, I can Plowshares the presence. Seems good. Seems good enough. Yeah, I mean, if they rip like what they need, then that's just the deal. But it's good for me to Plowshares the presence. Draw a card. They sacrifice this thing. This goes to the farm. I'll have 2 lethal attackers. They have 1 top deck. Okay. Is it better to... No, it's probably better just to Gaia's Blessing myself. And the real question is if I want to Gaia's Blessing 3 Fire Ices to win the game, or if I should just Blessing Counterspell, or like Counterspells. Also, I can't Blessing too many cards because I still actually need how many cards around. Okay, I need to have, let's see, it'll be 2 plus 8 is 10. So I can Blessing 2 cards. Probably Blessing my fires. No, let's just Blessing our Counterspells. I have 1 Counterspell. Alright, I changed my mind. Blessing fire, so that goes down to 13, then I'll have 14. I have 2 plus 7 is enough. Okay. Well, I guess it's not enough if I happen to draw exactly, whatever, Plowshares. Well, let's just not draw exactly Plowshares then. I think is it better to Blessing them? I think it's better to Blessing me. Because what kills them? Counterspell kills them, Fire Ice kills them, whatever. And then me just putting 3 like whatevers. Because they have to lose their interests this turn anyways. Also, I needed to shuffle... Oh no! My Quirion Dryad's a 9/9. I needed to play the stupid Psychatog. Okay, whatever. They found that line. Alright. As for me, dog, hope they don't just rip what they need. What a game. This game has been crazy. This is like one of the best games of Magic that I've played. That game was insane. That was the most ridiculous game I've ever played. And this is all good, right? Let me just get rid of this bullshit. I'm thinking about getting rid of Counterspell. I mean, Counterspell is good, don't get me wrong. I guess the idea is that I should get rid of creatures. Because I'm more likely to just... do this stuff, and then creatures don't matter at that point. Seems fine. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't need, like, tons and tons of creatures. Like, maybe 6 is good. 6 creatures. Is that acceptable? You kind of need counterspells just to, like, stop replenish, I guess. But, like, you need counterspells a lot less when you plan on just Armageddoning. I'll do it like this. Alright, this hand is nice. It's got a little something something. Opponents on the mold to 6. Finally, my Enchantress opponents, their luck has run out in the leagues. When it doesn't matter what the outcome of the match is. Alright, mold to 6 into a keep. They got the Guile. I have to make a decision here. Well, I guess I don't have to make a decision yet. Alright, the Argothian Slam. I have the Yield Opt. Do I want my second land? I probably do. Hard to say. Guess I'm going to have a lot of looks at that. Yeah, figured as much. Pyroclasm before things get too crazy. Second time. Yeah, that tends to happen to me, but it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and portent straight into a engineered plague. Just like I drew it up. Okay, you can stop with the 3 enchantresses right away action going on here. I don't really think that's fair for what it's worth. And I have been putting up a fight, but I do have to say this is more than I would have preferred to fight against. I choose Druid. Starling Grove, okay. Pretty good. What do we got? A Parallax. Oh, we're gonna grab a Parallax and play a Seal Cleansing. Okay, but what if I just draw Armageddon? Are we down to draw Armageddon? Anybody? I guess I'll fetch the plains just because I might draw Vindicate. I don't think having double Counterspell is going to go too crazy here. Gemstone Mine. No real interest in casting Gaia's Blessing right here. Okay. Huh. And they're going to wave. I'm going to counter it. And then I'm down to like AK into Armageddon, right? Even if that just like completely crushes me. Maybe not. Maybe that's like too bad. Can't be that bad, right? There's Plowshares? Sure. That's fine. No more enchantments, please. Yeah, we're flooded, finally. Okay. Seals of Cleansing, anyone? I'm gonna go ahead and just keep cantripping. Man, was I supposed to just like let the P-Wave resolve and hold my counterspell for their next Enchantress effect or something? Kind of hard to say. Returns Desire is fine. Replenish is less fine. Not that big of a deal. It's only a little deal. White. Portent me. I need a counterspell now, because if they find Opalescence, that does constitute a problem. Seal Cleansing is not enough, right? It just, like, doesn't do anything. Kills the Sterling Grove. Right. They defeated the hate, I think. I wonder if at any point I should have, like, preemptively tried to blessing their good stuff. Like, I could have just blessed what? What could I have blessed? Sterling Grove Parallax Wave? Seal Cleansing? So I've been up and down on P-Wave, or sorry, what's it called? Tranquil Domain in this deck. I've been like not really sure if I'm like a big into like the idea of it, but I could see it being good here. Just gonna get the Opal. Okay. I mean, like if I draw a Ray of Revelation, I'm not in the worst spot. I could also draw Pyroclasm. Pretty funny. Oh, Pyroclasm plus Seal Cleansing. Well, that's one downside of having Seal Cleansing, that's for sure. Just in time. Counterspell. I'll grab some ops. Not really a winning play, but you do what you can. We needed the Armageddon a little bit sooner, didn't we? Oh, opt just how we drew it up. Heal cleansing one time. All right. Well, at least we won game one. Oh my god, if I just played a land on like those turns when I was holding lands, actually would have gotten into the array. All right. What changes? I don't know. This guy's blessing things looks pretty nasty. Like looks pretty useless. It really does become like such a grindy game though. I don't know. It's like either you're gonna Guy's Blessing or Armageddon, right? You're not gonna do both. Let's go with that being my thesis. Plus, I'm on the play. Our counterspell is like 10 times better. This hand is disgusting, but I'm also not allowed to mulligan it. Ugh. Yeah, it's really not that bad. Like it has the right recipe. Exploration land. That's not what I wanted to see, to be honest. I don't know why I'm tapping the plains. Like, I have to take this Seal of Cleansing? I literally have to take the Seal of Cleansing. I have the option to not draw a Counterspell later. Probably good to have accumulated knowledge going. One, two, three, four. They're just going to play a P-Wave. Okay. I'm going to Portent because I need to draw a land, and Counterspell's like not even bad. Oh, that's kind of good too. All right. Yeah. I think working towards that looks pretty good. I guess they're just trying to play Opalescence. Gonna raw dog an Opalescence out there. Yeah. All right, get in your 6 damage. You earned it. Oh, I gotta do this now so that this thing can fade one time. No gush with this Armageddon is less than favorable, but we do what we can. Advance, okay. Have a Xantid Swarm in play, but by all means, I guess they're gonna play what's their plan? They're gonna play like another Serra Sanctum and then play okay, well, our sideboard cards aren't really lining up, and then play the Opalescence. I'll play the Replenish. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we're just dead now. And I guess we're just portenting. None of you are enchantment removal spells. Man, I just lost to them just doing basically nothing. Well, yeah, I mean, I did, right? Because my plan was to counter everything. And okay. Now we just also have to draw exactly Gemstone Mine, huh? All right, we can actually do this if we draw a land of another kind as well. Okay, it did work out. All right. I guess if they know what they're doing, they can work this out. I actually shouldn't have exposed the land. Interesting. All target creature. I Ray of Revelation this Opalescence. This thing dies. Okay, they actually did it wrong. Because now I Ray of Revelation the Opalescence. The Parallax Wave fizzles. Then they wait to get their shit back. And then I blow up the other Opalescence. And I also get to Pyroclasm their junk. Okay, well, thank God I understand the stack. Well, let's go ahead and... Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, let's... Wait, hold on. Is there a better line? The better line is just a Pyroclasm past the turn with Counterspell up. Opt. I obviously can't get the City of Brass here. Duress. Duress doesn't seem that good. I guess we're just gonna Ray. I get to Duress before I play a creature. Is the angle. Island. Should I hold? Should I get in? Get in doesn't seem that good. I think I'll play it because I might go AK Counterspell. I think I should have AK'd main phase though. Interesting. Why don't I just do that? Actually, I think Duress is better. I can just go Duress Counterspell. Oh, it's just 2 Serra Sanctum, so okay. Well. Oh, and I have the Counterspell in my hand. Guess I'll play Quirion Dryad anyways. Nice. Alright. I think this has to be good, because they can't, like, surprise me with a, like, replenish or something from here. Five-turn clock, question mark. Hold up this Counterspell. They're untapping on me. Pretty rude. I have 2 minutes, though. It's, like, more than enough time. I have to draw a Plains and a Plowshares. Good luck. Yikes, I really punted there. Yeah, they didn't need to let their Parallax Wave run out. That's pretty much the deal. Because basically, if I Pyroclasm, they can just save their Sterling Grove. And then if I go for a Ray of Revelation, they well, they should have just saved their Sterling Grove. They were tunnel visioned on that Opalescence line. They were like, oh, if I just get Opalescence, I'm completely locked up here. But yeah, I mean, if they had just left, I mean, they could have also just left an exploration on the battlefield. Well, the exploration would have been left on the battlefield. But yeah, I mean, the line was still deterministic if they just left one extra counter on their P wave. So that was kind of the deal. Anyways, I guess I was gifted a win there. And at this point, I don't even think I would bother trying to fix the Enchantress matchup. Like, you saw how hard I have to work to make the Enchantress matchup work. And I'm just not really interested in doing that. Like, maybe Tranquil Domain is the final answer. It's just like, okay, we'll just play Tranquil Domain over Ray of Revelation. It's just like so bad with so little green mana. But I'm out of options. Gotta mull this hand in round 3. Gotta keep this one. Guess it's a see ya to this Vindicate. Thought I had that setting, but the F8 automatic start on a Portent or something. Nope, not interested. Well, the lair technically is fine, I guess. Not my favorite spot to lair, but also, well, let's just fetch. They want Flooded Strands. If they want to stifle this, they can be my guest. Interesting. Bunch of lands, huh? There's a Vindicate though, which is interaction. And I think my 4th land is fine. I don't know. I think I'll just shuffle this. I was like into the Reflecting Pool, but I have the Lair combo right now, so I don't really need Reflecting Pool. Oh, it's a mirror. Interesting. Well, I guess I'm glad I have some stuff going on. I think the settings might have reset or something. All right. Go with brass. Probably just plan on letting this die. The real question is what list they're on. Kind of need to wait to see. Sleight of Hand slightly leans towards like a list that I would be more likely to play. I play 4 Sleight of Hand almost always. Harder to fit Sleight of Hand in other lists. So I'll go ahead and play this Dryad with mana up. Portent in. Plowshares moment. All right, that's a shuffle. Really showing off the power of Portent. Double Portent shuffle when it's like a billion lands would have basically would have been pretty bad for me if I was stuck with Ops or Sleight of Hands. Obviously, would have been a lot worse if it was Peak. That's for sure. Don't play 4 Peak. Would have been good if it was Mental Note, but obviously random. The random kind of good, not the good kind of good. Interesting. They kind of look like they look like they tapped wrong. Go with Sleight of Hand. All right, I forgot I was playing main deck Guy's Blessing. All right, this should be like the easiest matchup in the world then. Guy's Blessing is nuts in the mirror. Do I just like do no sideboarding? If so, boom. This up, white. Plowshares, Dryad, Portent. Gonna chill. They've also played out a lot of lands, which makes it look like a no Armageddon main deck list. Oh yeah, although I don't have Gush, so. Would you trade your Gushes for Guy's Blessings in the mirror? I mean, I have Vindicate, though, which goes crazy. But yeah, hard to say. This one is going to be a slog, though, and I could get like unlucky because they have got quite a bit more going on right now, and I only have 2 interaction spells. It was 1 interaction spell. And Gemstone Mine. This looks like a Laney list. Opt. Another Gush. Gush to hand size. Oh, they're going to cast an AK for me. Don't mind that. Oh, they're going to go to hand size? Be my guest. Couple lands. Yeah, I'm just going to deck them. Opt. I kind of don't even want a Psychatog right now. I kind of just want more card draw. I have no cards in my graveyard, so I can't even like really cook with this Tog. Opt. Sure. Take a Plowshares. Having the mana advantage here, I think, is also quite good. I think I'm going to deck them. I guess I kind of want to get this AK off because I need to draw a land this turn. Pretty good. Like a little awkward that they get the AK for 3, but Island, triple counterspell up. All right, what do you want? You want a creature? have it. End step, fire the Dryad. See if they're just like holding double opt or whatever. It's only fair. They got to fire one of my Dryads. Grass, not bad. And yeah, I'm just not playing things because I don't have to, right? I can play things when I have 7 cards in hand. Like my Tog is just going to counterspell their Swords of Plowshare or whatever. And in fact, I almost don't need to worry about playing creatures because like I have Gaia's Blessing in my deck, so I'll just be able to Gaia's Blessing whatever. Like I'm just going to Gaia's Blessing and triple counterspell backup with my blessings. Dryad. I will use 1 counterspell though, because I have some like kind of heavy cards in my hand. I mean, I could just focus down all their creatures, right? And just be like, okay, well, I'm just going to kill all your creatures. Counterspell. I'll counterspell one more time. Okay. They are 10 cards deeper. Tog. Guess I'm just going to go for Plowshares on it. I was thinking about trying to get the +1/+1 counters onto my Dryad with this line, but on a deal. We'll put a Dryad into play though. Just feels like a fine one. This is just gonna eat a Plowshares, but whatever. I could try to ice to find the opt. Kind of interesting. I guess fire could kill their next Dryad. Got to use your resources like as diligently as possible. I'm like low on counterspells as well. I don't really want to spend a counterspell. Portent here. It's kind of nice. And seems okay. Like Dryad and Vindicate are both plausible cards here. They've used 2 fire ices. I mean, like maybe I want to hold Dryad until I can cast 2 things at instant speed, but right, they're gonna draw up to 8 cards. Back to the decking them idea. Okay. They have 3 Psychatogs and 1 Dryad. They also have like some counterspells and foils that have to be worked out for. I think they might just be able to edge me out on this one. I've only got 5 or 5. Yeah, I only have 5 backup right now. I kind of want to try to Vindicate this Psychatog, but feels like there's going to be like a counter war situation. I can't really Vindicate this Tog. It'd be funny if I just like ported out Dryads and then just engineered Plague naming Dryad. It's something that I'm allowed to do with this build. I think I'm gonna get out Toggered here. And I guess if I play my own Psychatog, that's good. I have 8 cards in hand though, so I kind of did the take. Yeah, I don't know. This didn't work out sort of the way that I needed it to. Plowshares here. Fine. Still 2 Plowshares left. I have I have 26 cards in graveyard. I have 15, so my Togs can't even stand up to their Togs. Dryad. Saving my fire this entire game for the Dryad. They counterspell, I think I have to counterspell back. The only awkward thing. Man, Gush is so good. Because of Gush, they're 100 cards deeper. This is like a really just interesting experiment, right? So you're sitting 2 like decks like against each other, and then Like, just the order of the deck can change by 15 cards how much deeper you get in. So what happens if I counterspell here? They can just cast a cantrip or something. Could be bad, but I am out of removal. I think I just have to take some damage from this Dryad. I mean, at least they're like, they should start flooding any minute now. But I do have a land on top that I know about. I think I have to just let this one slide. My remaining 3 cards are a little bit too valuable, and I can just take some damage from this Dryad. Like, I'm gonna know when. I can probably wait like 2 turns before I like Vindicate this guy. I guess I could be scared of them like drawing more counter magic when they need, but also I can just like blessing Plowshares and stuff. Yeah, I mean, they haven't used any foils yet. They're gonna gush. They're gonna go for like a crazy turn. Try to cast 18 spells. I mean, who knows? It's a good reload though. Psychatog. Oh, they're out of counter spells. Dog, sure. Right, they have 6 spells or 6 cards left in hand. I can take 5, obviously. Is there a last Psychatog? 1, 2. Yeah, this is our last Psychatog and their last ride. This is literally the last 2 creatures that they have in their deck. Alright, Vindicate the Tog. They have 2 foils. They have Counterspell. I think I'm just gonna lose because they went further into their deck. Alright. So my only upside is like drawing the last Counterspell in my deck. Otherwise I should just cast this Vindicate, because if for whatever reason they don't have any counters in their hand, the Vindicate wins. And I feel like they kind of have only lands in hand. Yeah, they do have a Counterspell. Well, that's like kind of good for me though. Well, it's not great for me because I'm dead in 2, but it's reasonable. All right, the very last creature. I have 1 draw step to make something happen here. They are like out of regular counterspells, but they could have foil. It's very interesting they let that go. I mean, I guess I put my cards on the table too hard when I cast that, played the land. I needed to at least threaten that I had backup. They can just counter this now, and then I'm dead. I mean, I guess I couldn't have like, yeah, all right. Well played. Well, I guess you can't draw 15 fewer cards than your opponent. Oh wow, I would have just out, even if this is an A for 4. Maybe not. Yeah, all right. Seems like the deal. Well, I do have Gaia's Blessing. That makes a difference. Maybe I had to counterspell to resolve the fire ice. I'd be down a counterspell, but maybe that 1 turn they wouldn't have had the 4 mana. Did I have 4 mana on the turn I successfully vindicated the Psychatog is the question. Right. I think I don't have to board up to more than 60 cards because I have Gaia's Blessing. I was thinking about it though. Draw. I didn't see any foils from them. What was in their deck? Did they just cut the foils? Maybe they just cut the foils, play more fire ice and whatever. My opponent thinks that I F6'd my turn. When it turns out I have 1 more card than them, they will find out. I wonder if my opponent can even win on the time. I have a 4-minute advantage, and there's just no way to force this game to move forward. I don't know. They had AK Supremacy. I don't even know if I should portent. I'm just portenting for lands. Well, I guess that was all. Sleight of Hand. Grass. City. Sleight of Hand. Man, this is a pretty exploitative Quirion Dryad because I can go Quirion Dryad, Duress, Counterspell. Doesn't seem too bad. Have the turn. Looks like a counterspell. Fine. Have the Quirion Dryad with counterspell up next turn, and then maybe that's enough speed. An additional counterspell. I guess the mistake was last game I just like sat here with too many counterspells and then just completely cooked because of it. I also have Reflecting Pool advantage. It goes pretty hard. Gonna plow our way through this Psychatog here with ever-present counterspell backup. Is an exploit. Hope to just be a little bit ahead here. I guess I'll hold back lands because of like I don't really think they're gonna go for Armageddon, but if they did, it would be pretty bad for me. So they have Gush, I don't. Oh, they have Gush. They are showing off their ability to Gush here. They replayed the land. I think this Quirion Dryad's going farming. They only force out Sword Splashes. I have 8 creatures, so. Oh, they're going for Blessing. Or they're just going for Dryad. All right, it's going to be one of these games. So now all that matters is counterspelling the second Blessing or winning on time. It's crazy that I lost game 1 with Blessing in my deck. I guess the answer really is that you would rather have Gush than Blessing. It's like Gush is so good, don't get me wrong. Wonder, I mean, would it have even been better if I like had if I had like Sylvan Library? Probably. I would have just never drawn a land. They wouldn't have had removal for it. I also had like a lot of extra life, so that Sylvan Library could have drawn me a lot of cards. I could also change life for cards with Psychatog or Quirion Dryad. Play that. 4 cards versus 3 cards. My time advantage is up to 5 minutes. Hate to team kill another Grotog player in the trenches, though. I need them to succeed so we can do well collectively. Alright, I don't have the counterspell for this Blessing, unfortunately, so. But also, it just kind of doesn't matter because now that the game is going like this, it's guaranteed to go to time. And once Quirion Dryad. Well, at least they've identified how this game actually works. But if you have more counterspells, then you'll lose the Gaea's Blessing duel. I mean, I have Reflecting Pool advantage. Good. Sure. Yep, grab a Plains. Farmer. Farmer Dryad. On Reflecting Pool Supremacy. Oh, they do have foil. Plowshares in response. AK, sure. All right, they plowshared my Dryad. How unfair. I guess now's not a bad time to AK for 2, but I can also sit here and do nothing until I have to do something. Oh wow, it's a spell. All right. Don't think that I don't have it covered, my friend. Need that game because they see the writing on the wall. Nothing changing here. Besides wishing I had Sylvan Library. I think I'll have Gaia's Blessing advantage. I mean, even if we my opponent learned quickly that this is a take the draw matchup. I think even if it went down to it, the fact that I have Duress, like I have 2 Duress, probably means that I'm even or at least ahead on, or like close to even or ahead in the blessing battle of the blessings. The fact that I have Vindicate in my deck definitely makes me feel pretty ahead in just like the battle of the cards in our decks. Don't need an AK right now. Tog? Early Tog? Seems okay. I'm a little flooded, so could be in trouble. Tog for Tog. Wonder if I should wait to Vindicate with backup, because if they foil here, I would be in trouble. But I think this is going to just be a trust my deck moment. I mean, foil there wouldn't have even been that good. The scarier thing is if they follow up with the Dryad. I have no gas. I've cast 3 cantrips and I'm flooded. Pretty prone to that happening. Another Tog, yeah. Could be cooked, chat. Could be cooked. Grab the plains, I suppose. Dryad. Dropped. A Dryad, 14. 5 cards in hand. Could be like 8 plus 8 is 16. So they do have it with a Gush. But what if I counter the Gush? Then it's just 6 plus 8. 5 plus 6. 5 plus 6. Okay. Fortunately, I should have tapped the plains. Considering what my exact hand was, I should have tapped the plane. Or just played Gemstone Mine. I didn't really like consider the possibilities. Gush. So what is this? It'd be 6 plus 8 is 14. So I'm just dead, even if I save the 1 life. Yeah, whatever. I mean, still technically a dub for Grotog. Definitely a dub for having Gush in your deck, though. Man, I just flood out too much. I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe I should have just boarded all my Quirion Dryads. All right. So, cutting Gush is bad in the mirror. And also, should win game 1 in the mirror with Gaia's Blessing in your deck. And them having no Gaia's Blessing. So, it really is that important to draw cards. It's literally the most important thing in the entire world. All right, we've got straight gas coming. Oh man, black deck. Oh, nice. Never see it come in. Guess I'll play the City of Brass. Guess I could have Gaia's Blessing the this thing. Yeah. Now they get their 2 for 1. Pretty good. They don't want it. All right, I'll go ahead and take my value. Pick the value I should have taken last turn. Cool. Graveborn Muse. Bottomless Pit. All right. Glittering Scourge. Quite the turn there. All right, Plow the Scourge. A card. My 1 instant. Do they seem like they're a wasteland deck? Guess I should be careful just in case. Doesn't really cost me anything. I don't have Gush in my deck. Well, they pitched the rack. That's good for me. Oh, Quicksand. Nice. Come on. Fine. Collecting pool, doing its thing. Can't F6, they can Quicksand the Psychatog. I'm pretty good under a bottomless pit, I must say. Pretty good at just drawing cards off the top. Aw. Racing to get the rack. And if I like portent myself into an AK, I guess I should portent myself into like a card I don't mind starting with the pit. Alternately, I can just like make sure they don't have the rack coming for a while. The Mishra's Factory is a problem, but I can go blank, and then they draw the Mishra's Factory. Is that better? And 2 blanks is a pretty good hit. But the bigger thing is that the Mishra's Factory will kill me eventually. I have to imagine they have like tons of other annoying things in their deck, so. Dang. Okay, that was a mistake. Yeah, I mean, I guess I should have tried to get myself into the creature zone. Flooded Strand. Oh, now they finally get their Mishra's Factory. Okay. Yeah, I made a mistake. I should have just let them have their stupid top of deck and just drawn something. Oh, Curse Scroll's pretty good too now. Well, we got some problems. Now my Quirion Dryads don't work. Scroll, naming Swamp, I suppose. He named Mishra's Factory, huh? Well, at least they gifted me that one. Another Mishra's Factory to deal with. All could have been solved if I just had a Psychatog. Alright, we're dead. We are so dead. Psychatog in play would have been good, but would not have like solved all my problems. And maybe cantripping through life is the way to get out of this. I don't know. We probably still would have died, just a lot slower, I suppose. Take 6. Probably take... Cantripping through life. Technically works. I don't have enough pumps though. So get me down to 5 attack. Get me down to... I can't like top deck Gush. I have to top deck like 5. Get me down to 3. Listen. Diabolic Edict off the top. There is like no way for me to win this game. Unless I draw like double AK. Kind of no way to win this game. I guess my team of Psychatogs would have showed up eventually. Alright. So they can scroll. I can Plowshares. I can also Plowshares the Psychatog. Funeral Charm. They can now Funeral Charm me. Okay, should I gain 10 life and then play 2 more turns of this game? I don't want to. I still don't really see how the outs work. Because I can't like draw anything. Alright, let's get out of here. That's pretty funny though. That I was technically still alive. Counterspells. I don't need engineered. Rest is fine. Gush is a good way to get out from the pit too. All right. Still take the play versus pit rack or no? Probably no. Addicted to taking the draw. Pretty bad against Cabal Therapy, but what can you do? And they're on the mole. I'm on the draw. Starting to look like a good plan. I mean, being on the draw is like a good way to not get hit by the rack as fast. Plan or void. That's a choice. What if I don't have any Psychatogs? What then? They do run Wasteland. I don't think they're going to play a 1-drop creature. This Wasteland's pretty good. You have to Wasteland your opponent's man lands. First scroll. You have the answer this time. Wonder if they're going to be able to first scroll a Dryad before I can start pumping it. Guess we'll just have to see. Oh, I forgot to bring in Armageddons. Oops. I do Armageddon over Blessing or something. I'm not sure what I want to draw more. I kind of just depends on what they draw. Because, like, if they just, like, play, I don't know. Hard to say. Oh, they're just going to rip it. They just have a bunch of swamps in their hand. Right, well. They just have 3 swamps in their hand? Is that what they're trying to tell me? I can't really use up all these mining counters. Especially if they're going to threaten to, like, curse scroll here. Puts me in an awkward spot, though. Tog. I can cut through the Planner Void with the Tog with cards in hand. Planner Void has exiled 3 cards. Save them 1.5. All therapy is good. It is the second one that I fear. What? Oh wait, there's no second one. You're telling me that a Cabal therapy this Cabal therapy? Innocent Blood. Man. I'm gonna run out of creatures. Right, the pit has arrived. That's fine. I wasn't doing anything with these cards. Gemstone Mine. Monkey Paw Curls. Why scroll me first? Why not just discard a card? Good. As long as I don't pitch this Vindicate. Now I can just Vindicate this. Play a Dryad next turn. Play like pretty good. Dryad against them having to top deck. Fade the 1 and 4. Hippie. So I need it to hit exactly the AK. If it hits the fire, that's fine too. Saved. Green. Look. Get out. I'll fire. Okay. The march begins. Nice. Man. And it's a 3/3 now, so only Innocent Blood are outs. Nice. Nice. Guess I'll grab the Seems fine. Five, get in. Now I can attack with, can't really do anything. But I beat an innocent blood. Part. Erase me? Does it work for them to erase me? Take 3, they'll take 5, I'll take... This is the best, right? Can't die. Puts enough pressure on them that they'd be forced to block the Dryad. And then if they're forced, they might want to double block the Dryad, but then I can just chill. Like they lose if they attack with both. If they attack with one, they still have to block. I guess they can block the Tog. Counter swing. Up Tog. Attack with one. Tog. Ice wins. Plowshares wins. Wins. Doesn't win. What if they block the Tog? Can't like double attack this way. I guess, I mean, I don't even lose to Curse Scroll. They have to keep the card in their hand. They could win with a Funeral Charm. Pump mode. Hippie. Hippie's a good top deck. I kind of wish they drew one more blank, I do have to say. So now they can just attack with one Mistress Factory, but I can also force them to pump and then they'll be left with one block. Ultra conservative route. So this way they have to block with both. They have to block with 2 creatures at least that it survives. Which they can do. Attack with both, and then they can block with a 4/4. So I can't attack with the Tog. But then they can also kill, they can block like 2 3/3s and a 2/2. Well, they can't block with a 4/4. Well, they can if they let the hippie die. Like a 4/4, and then they'll have two back on the counter swing. Attack with 1, they have to block, but they can kill it now. They can block with, they can go double 3/3. I trade with 1. I needed a hit there. At least I needed to draw a cantrip. So I literally have to pass the turn. I pretty much just want to draw a fire. I don't want to like show them that I have nothing. What if they just attack with a hippie? I could still win with the fire. I'll always win. Spot. 4/4. There's probably like some weird line where I could force them to make a mistake, but I think I can also just try to give myself a chance, the best chance I have to top deck. Because I think even if I like forced some sort of gang block situation on the Dryad, would have been like, it's still bad for the board to just be Psychatog versus Spectre, right? And I still have outs here. I can Portent into fire and then do the thing. Okay, I'm gonna wait till their upkeep. Yes. I have a random life gain spell. Well, I'm glad we won that game. XD. Ray of Revelation. Doesn't make a difference. All right. The question is, what do I like over Armageddon? Just like Blessing. Blessing's just, ugh. But like, yeah, I don't know. Blessing's just not good. It's so slow. I use a green mana. They have Wasteland. I guess taking the draw is like really bad if they have Ritual Hippie, but gotta believe. Okay, they could have Ritual Hippie. It's a good hand though, if they don't. Oh man. What they name? Quirion Dryad. Well, I am gonna get pretty punished if they can play another one naming Psychatog. At least it's a rats. It would be like, oh, then clearly they want to protect the Psychatog. It's like, who are you protecting? Dark Knight. If they have the Soul Read, just take fire. Let's their Mistress Factory through. Let's their Hypnotic Spectre through when it comes. Like, I feel like they would have taken fire anyways. I mean, this is just a 2 for 2, right? Cabal Therapy plus Rats. 2 for 2 plus Information. Fire makes sense. And Opt, huh? Probably some Mishra's Factory beats happening. Pretty good. First scroll. Okay. Still Mishra's Factory beats. Pretty sure I'm not supposed to try to opt for Plowshares here and just get this AK into my graveyard. I don't like taking 1 damage, but I also don't like anything about life right now. Don't like the matchup. I like feel like Seal Cleansing. Fire Ice. Interesting, right? They're good cards. Well, I think I have to play Tog just because I need to use. Like, I want to seal this Curse Scroll, but it's very unlikely they're going to seal the Curse Scroll like this turn. And they can just smother it. If they miss the land drop, then it's a really good turn for me. Yeah. And there's a second AK, huh? Don't mind if I do. I think I chill with this scroll, or chill with this Seal Cleansing for a turn, because there's really no way that they're going to be able to scroll me this turn. 2. They can take the Fire Ice, and then I probably want to blow up a Mishra's Factory instead of a Curse Scroll. Like, the thing is, if they have 2 Curse Scrolls, then there's no point in a Seal Cleansing, but Seal Cleansing a Mishra's Factory is always good. Although, it looks like it's time this to be a problem. Yeah, 2 cards in hand. Next turn they'll have 3. If they play a land, play a card, then I'll get the Curse Scroll on. But this is also saving me some net damage. My 2 Psychatogs dead, so it's like very unlikely that to get my shit sorted out before I run out of time. Armageddon. Ooh. Okay, never mind. New plan. Make a big Dryad, cast Armageddon. I think we'll play the Gemstone there because I want a island and a Gemstone after I Armageddon. Vector. Okay. Interesting. So now I think I'm going to shuffle away the Armageddon because there's a Spectre. Smells like a Funeral Charm. Not a Funeral Charm. Opt because I still want to draw a Portent. Seal Cleansing is not exactly it here, but would it still be good? I don't think so. Okay. All I need to do is draw AK for 2 or AK for 3 and this game's over. Yeah, play a Pit. And a Planar Void. In that case, I'll go ahead and give Revelation this Planar Void. And it feels like this might be a race, so maybe I want to raid the Pit as well. Even though, well, yeah, I should probably just raid the Pit and attack for 4 back with Scroll in the future. They attack back for 4, and then they can attack back for 4 again. Attack back for 4, I can draw Armageddon. I can draw a string of cantrips, like AK or whatever. Obviously, I have to Fade, Smother, Innocent Blood, all the good stuff. Only going to go like this. Oh, they're going to... No, they're not going to Innocent Blood. Okay, interesting. White, black, blue, blue. Dog is pretty good here. To attack for 6. They can scroll me. And the next turn, they can scroll me plus attack for Yeah, maybe I should have left the no, because they would just scrolled play to land. So they just drew a Duress. Guess we'll find out. Ball therapy. Oh, I should have used the Gemstone Mine because I need to pump up this Tog. But they get to block, right? So they get to attack with the hippie. Oh, they get everything now. So I need ice. Well, in that case, they should like not attack with the hippie. Attack with the hippie. They actually give me a chance. This is a removal spell, obviously. I'm dead on their next upkeep, so it has to be here that I draw 3 spells or a fire. Drew an island. I drew an island. Story of my life. Oh, wow. Portent fire would have worked. Because they would have just, well, I could have, their draw step, I could have fired. Oh, man. That's a rough one. But well fought. I mean, I think all these black tech matchups are like close enough, you know? I will say, guys, Blessing has not been very impactful. It hasn't been like too negatively impactful. Well, I don't know. I think if I had Gush instead of Guy's Blessing there, things might have gone well for me. I might have just walked into a stifle here, by the way. Yeah. Okay. Because I am going to towards Plowshares. I think I might be patient here just because of how precious mining counters are. Well, I gotta have my land this time. All right. I hope you found what you were looking for with this peak, but the longer this game goes, I have a feeling I'm going to pretty reasonable shape. All right, Senders. Yep. I'm gonna counterspell the enabler. See if trading a fetch for whatever is good enough. Oh, float 1 thwart? So then they're just gonna go for I didn't expect that. They're gonna go for foil on the island. Alright. I'll Plowshares the Dreadnought. I guess I could have gone ice because if I draw Counterspell. That's not my bag, but I get to go here. I gotta go Tog. I gotta try to opt into something. Tog on the battlefield is not enough right now though, so why don't we cantrip? So this Portent. Way. All Plowshares. Pass the turn. They get to opt. Oh, I should have opted into Plowshares while that was on the stack. Now they can foil. I wonder if I lost the game because of that. Well, for the last 3 cards. I guess I'll have Tog +2 +5. No, I won't even have enough pumps with the Tog. I'm drawing 2 lands. Oh, okay. We got there. All right, I'm pretty interested in this. I think. I had a feeling that might be like not worth it, but it's also like I kind of needed to land the Psychatog as well, so and like using a counterspell. Oh, they're just gonna gush and ship it. No, nice, nice. Okay, start working on their life total. Have a look. Should I play this Flooded Strand? Maybe. All right. We're just doing this for a while. Don't feel like I have to play too many lands. Holding up enough Psychatog power for potential shrimpies is also. Vindicate, Blessing, AK. These are all good. Yes. The only thing is I'm not ready for the Blessing yet. Because I want to Blessing with like some Counterspell backup. This is my last Blessing. Forgot to attack with Psychatog. Also, I'm at 15. I need my Reflecting Pool. Okay, Counterspell's not unwelcome. Gonna be a slow one. Plowshares, Dryad, Sleight of Hand. Get in. Back with this Tog. I think I'll chill on the Dryad. I actually can't go to 14, 13. Like, I can't really go too low in this right now. I have 7 cards in hand. I could have waited maybe one turn, but it does feel like I'm sort of close to where their go off turn would be. Hardcast foil. Sleight of Hand. Guy's Blessing or Reflecting Pool. I have to take the Reflecting Pool. I have Guy's Blessing with Counterspell backup, but Reflecting Pools kind of goes crazy. Especially with my hand being very pip heavy. This person could be like a main deck Brain Freezer, which would cause a problem for me. I have Guy's Blessing double Counterspell soon. What do I need to keep in my graveyard? Like a bunch of cards. Oh, we kind of sped up our clock. Now black, blue, Dog, foil, foil, thwart, Counterspell. So it's like Counterspells and a foil left. Gonna still be some work. What do I need to keep? I need to keep 22 cards in my graveyard, and then I can exile the rest. Minus all the AKs. I'm getting there. Well, the main deck Guy's Blessing is going to line up really nice against the main deck Brain Freeze, if so. I might start chunking a little bit. Like attack for 2 a turn. Oh, they're going to hand size. That's good. Because get them to use a bounce spell. Impulse. They can also just like go for if they do have the main deck Brain Freeze, then they can go for a big main deck Brain Freeze situation. Be quite bad for me. I finally have clock advantage. They're a fast player. My deck is a little clickier. They just proactively use the Chain of Vapor. It's kind of interesting. They're tired of taking 1 damage a turn. Okay, hard counter for a Psychatog is a fair trade, I'd say. AK, opt, all fine. Could be bad if they go for Brain Freeze with AK on the stack. I don't really think I should play around that, though. I don't know. It's the ultimate question. Are they a 1 Brain Freeze deck? This AK is kind of bad because I know it's going to draw... I know it's going to draw air, and I need it to draw goods. That. Dryad. The Impulse. Counterspells, and 1 foil. Play a lot of peaks. They're like, what do I do? I haven't played a lot of Gushes. Gush. Oh, it's happening. It's a main deck Brain Freezer. Although, they need a double free counterspell if they do. Short, foil, foil, foil. 2 counterspells and a foil left. Misdirection, if I'm unlucky. Pitch the Dreadnought. They're officially on the mill plan. Bottom of Sleight of Hand. Play Dryad. If it's 1 counterspell, 1 foil, and a misdirection left, or 2 counterspells, 1 foil, and a misdirection left, then I probably lose. But if it's not, then maybe I win. Gushing again. Okay. 1 counterspell. 1 counterspell, 1 foil, maybe a misdirection. But the thing is, they've used stifles. They have 2 stifles left. They can go stifle, stifle, and then unload. But I do have their like they're out sort of covered. Am I out of Dryads? 1, 2, 3. I'm not out of Dryads. Not out of Psychatogs either, right? More Psychatogs. My last Dryad, and then I have 2 more. I only have 24 cards in the graveyard. 5 mana for Hardcast Gush. I have a Quirion Dryad. Took us the world, but we have a Quirion Dryad in play. Alright, fire your face. Pitch days. Back for 2. Contemplate if casting AK is the right thing to do right here. I would draw into, like, I don't know. I like fear that they might have some mill ability. Flash for 3, and then they get to stack their deck. But I just counterspell the second half. Seems bad to counterspell the second half. I don't know. Like, they have 2 counterspells left. I can even like counterspell AK into like the whatever. They've given up on Dreadnought. Maybe I should have counterspelled this. Because now they're just going to draw the rest of their cards. But the thing is, the rest of their cards are just, what, 2 more counterspells, all their foils, the Brain Freeze if they need it. I guess the Brain Freeze if they need it is going to do it. I mean, if I lose game 1 with main deck Brain Freeze, then I guess that's kind of a problem. But also, maybe I incorrectly am like letting them cantrip. I mean, they do have to go like Vision Charm, Stifle, everything. They pitched their last Dreadnought. That's a statement. Okay, I think this AK is a liability. Cards in deck. I think I should have dealt 1 more damage there. Okay, well now all of a sudden my hand is looking really thin. I think they're just going to be able to go for the Vision Charm outs. Yeah, I could have played this one better maybe. I can't really tell. I can't really tell if it was right to be more aggressive or less aggressive, because now they have the full threat of their hand. And their deck is also mostly land, so there's that. Well, Sleight of Hand is technically not a draw card, so I can do that. They have all their vision charms though, all 4. Counterspell, 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 AK, counterspell, AK, opt. I guess I could have saved a portent. Do I have any portents? Play this opt, even though it might kill me. My plan is to kill them though. I mean, this is like so dangerous, right? They've set up their perfect hand. Charm. Charm. Guy's Blessing trigger. 2 stifles. 2 counterspells for each stifle. Build a counterspell. Yeah, unlucky. Oh, okay. They stacked their deck though. They stacked their deck. They didn't just put one more, their last foil. They're out of vision charms. That is very surprising to me. I'm pretty sure I should have lost that, but maybe they know something I don't. All right, let's take out these fire ices. Play 1 Armageddon. I don't really want to play Vindicate. Like, too bad into misdirection. I hate having tons of plowshares, but like card draw might even be better than like creatures. But I feel like creatures to put the clock on, make Armageddon a valid strategy seems fun. Armageddon's like a lot worse in our deck when we don't have foil as well. All right, let's see if they stifle my fetch land again. I need their stifles for my Guy's Blessings though, so. At least like what happened was I've played this matchup enough that I have a 3-minute advantage on my opponent. Like they were kind of autopiling through the first half. This is like what I'm saying about Dreadnought players, right? Dreadnought's not like the easiest deck to play. It's also not the hardest deck to play. But you definitely get like a phenomenon here where you're like playing against a Dreadnought player and just overall they're just kind of tough, right? Like, you know, my opponent's not taking any like, you know, like crazy lines or anything, but they're just playing good solid Magic and they have a good solid deck, and like I have maybe like a less than solid deck. I'm playing, you know, good enough Magic and it's just like I'm probably gonna lose. So it's like, how do you beat Dreadnought? You just have to play an anti-Dreadnought deck, right? And you can't even bother playing like freaking Grotog with Guy's Blessing main deck because, you know, like people are just gonna show you the bad news. All right, well, I'm not really prepared to fight any harder than Plowshares Counterspell, right? I have a lot of card draw coming. Could tap them out and then just draw into the next one. I will get this Plains. I think it's fine. I mean, look, if it's Vision Charm Days or Vision Charm Gust Foil, like, get the award for the having it award. They get the having it award. But instead, it's going to be your dead 3 mana for Flash of Insight. A Dominate would have gone crazy. Days Flash of Insight, huh? I'm going to Sleight of Hand. I'll take a Seal Cleansing. I'll play a Seal Cleansing. Well, also Sleight of Hand, because I can't replay the Dryad anyways. Counterspell or Duress. You know which one I prefer. All right. Well, what do I think about Grow without Gush? I think you should play 2 Gush or something. I think you should play a number of Gush, a non-zero number of Gush, whether that's 2 or 3 or 4. I don't know about 1, but I think I had 2 islands often enough that if I had 2 Gushes in this deck, I would have found them, been able to use them with Psychatog. Definitely missing foil, missing like, yeah, I don't know, missing Gush. So I was thinking about it, and I was thinking like, okay, well, one, you shouldn't play Gaia's Blessing instead of Gush. That's definitely something you should not do. But you should consider playing Sylvan Library or Fact or Fiction or whatever. It's kind of funny that Gaia's Blessing ended up being relevant in this game in like the way that it was, but like that game 1 against Dreadnought. But yeah, it's just like, it just doesn't come up often enough to have it in your main deck. It's doesn't really come up often enough to have it in your sideboard. I think like you don't have to play Armageddon in the sideboard. You can maybe break up Brain Freeze easily enough with Duress, like just timing your Duresses to snag them. Or you could look at, I don't know, I mean, Meddling Mage is definitely an option. You could play Headhunter. There's things you can do. So yeah, not Gaia's Blessing main is just not something I'm a fan of. So can you play Zero Gush? It's like, well, what happens when you play Sylvan Library, Fact or Fiction, Sylvan Scrying, or Skeletal Scrying, Predict? I don't know. There's a lot of card draw spells out there. They all cost mana and they're all pretty bad. Like you play Probe, right? Well, you lose Foil, which I think is pretty reasonable here. Vindicate honestly held up, but it's really hard for it to hold up better than Foil. And the best thing about Gush is that it is a card draw spell that you can play against aggressive decks, right? So if you're playing against Burn, you can get your fast Psychatog kills. You can protect your Psychatog from burn spells. You've got a lot of options to keep it in your deck as a way to get ahead, but still stay on tempo. And that's like extremely relevant for this deck, against all manner of decks that are faster than it, and just about every deck in the format is faster than this, right? And then it's like, if you're playing against a grinding deck, Gush is like still good. So Gush is just good no matter what. Is it worth Gush being good no matter what, that you sacrifice some of your mana base? Like this Reflecting Pool was pretty good throughout the league. This Crosis Catacomb was pretty good throughout the league. Playing 4 Fire Ice, it came up. It's definitely a card that you want in your deck. That's another interesting question. It's just like, what do you need more stability or more like explosive gushousness? I do think that 4 is a lot. I do think that 1 is too few. I wish I could play 2.5, but yeah. So Gaia's Blessing main deck, not a huge fan. Vindicate main deck, kind of warming up to it. Kind of felt fine at 2 copies. Like, would I ship this deck list with just cut the 2 blessings for 2 Gushes and then just play maybe an island over the lair, but keep the Reflecting Pool, because Reflecting Pool is just kind of awesome, and go like that? Definitely would consider it. But yeah, also need a better plan for Enchantress and Replenish. I think it might just be time for Presence of the Master instead of Armageddon, or maybe a 4-pack of Duress or like Duress Meddling Mage. Just pack Duress Meddling Mage into your sideboard, and then just go for like Meddling Mage naming Plowshares, Duress your Parallax Wave, Counterspell your other stuff. I like being able to go after mana. Maybe you need to go after graveyards. There's definitely a lot of different things that you can do. But yeah, I think, I don't know. I still think like this version of the deck is more sensible, but I do think that it does have some weaknesses, and you can play Get an Overblessing. Although I think maybe it's like the best iteration of this might be like playing Duress Overblessing, something like that. Hard to say for certain, but this main deck has just been like, I don't know, just feels like the most balanced way to build this main deck. So that's kind of where I stand on GAT. So yeah, don't cut Gushes down to 0. Don't play Gaia's Blessing main deck. You can barely afford to play this Accumulated Knowledge main deck. So the 2 drops, yeah, I mean, it's a very curve sensitive deck. Vindicate's okay for some bailouts. And Vindicating a land isn't the craziest thing, but yeah, I don't know. I don't like playing Seal Cleansing or Ray of Revelation main deck anymore, but I certainly could see you cheating it in. Sometimes it could win you the game. And just kind of depends on if you feel like there are enough targets. I have not played against a survival of the fittest deck in a while. I have to imagine that is probably because of how many people play Opal Wave. So all different kind of techie considerations. Other than that, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you like the content and you like the fact that you don't have to watch ads during this content, consider donating. Links are in the description. Long live Premodern. Take care.